My name is Rhapsody. Welcome back to Slay the Spire. As you can tell, I've got most of the control of my voice back. Hell yeah! Oh, what's that? I speed ran the flu. That's right. I had, what, 3 days? I think 3 days where I was completely congested. Today I can feel the end of it is coming on. You get that kind of in tune with your voice when you speak way too often like I do. I think it averages out. I've got to be honest. I think the amount that I speak in terms of, you know, recording debatably 4 videos a day. Yeah, I know that's been a little inaccurate of a statement recently, but when you speak for 4 videos a day, you find that outside of that, you don't tend to talk that much. I'm also remarkably quiet in person. To the point that it would be fair, or rather it has been fair in the past, for people that I know in real life to hear that this is a thing that I do and go, really? Like, they Ryan can speak? Yeah. Just not in person. I'm just mortally terrified of everyone at all times. But because of that, the amount that I speak tends to average out. Also, yay! We started with the silent and we got to remove 2 cards instantly, so that the silent doesn't have 12 cards rather than the base 10 that every other character has, that I argue about every single time that I get the silent. I'll take the escape land because we haven't defined a win strat yet, and I mean, literally is the first place. But we haven't defined a win strat yet, and the escape land never has a negative impact on your deck archetype, unless of course you have, what, like a normality or a Velvet Choker. But Velvet Choker is something you very, very rarely put into the Silent because the Silent has a lot of really, really low-cost cards, but also has generation for 0-cost cards. Consider Shivs, Endless Agony, third list element. So here, because the escape plan is giving me an extra bonus every single time I draw a skill with it, I'm probably more incentivized to remove a strike. But then I'm basically saying at this point, I'm definitely going to need to pick up an aggressive option in either of these 2 spaces. If not, I might have to go to the shop and look for a cheap aggressive option, just because I've got 2 elites quite soon thereafter. And it could be entirely necessary. It's always weird to me to start an episode out like that, with kind of like the cold open, I guess, where I'm not talking about the game immediately. It's a weird feeling. I don't really talk that much about myself on this channel. I kind of just tend to focus on the game almost entirely and primarily. That's just a kind of stylistic decision, I guess. Deadly Poison we could take. Yeah, let's do it. All right, it's poison deck. Ooh. Regret's pretty bad, and the deck is quite thin. Yeah, we're gonna go for the max HP. I don't know why I marveled over that like it was a good thing. Ooh, this option I don't want to take. But yeah, you can kind of even see that in the formatting of the thumbnails that I do for this channel. Like I try to never make the kind of like Rhapsody Plays text first and foremost, because I feel like the idea is to blend it into the ethos of the game. So if you see any of my thumbnails, I tend to take the logo of the game in question and then just morph my text around it. I would love to take Leg Sweep here, but Deadly Poison is... The second Deadly Poison copy is really, really important for taking out our early elites. Yeah. Especially in spaces like this, where I need to get... You know what? I'm actually going to use a weakness potion here. Especially in spaces like this where I really, really need to get the artifacting down super early. Yeah, I try and effectively, like, for the thumbnails at the very least, morph into the game rather than the opposite. And just have, like, a template of, oh, it's the Rhapsody Plays template, and it's Rhapsody playing this game. Instead, it's this game played by Rhapsody. I think a streaming kind of project would be a much more personal experience. I think in that kind of a forum, I would mostly be playing games and kind of proselytizing about absolutely everything except for the game over the top of it. It's just a shame that my internet's garbage. This is another segment of Rhapsody complains about their internet. It's bad, y'all. It's real garbage. It's 0.8 up. Yeah, that bad. That's why I don't stream, by the way. Otherwise, I feel like I would definitely be doing that. I tried streaming before, and it's just such low quality with my current internet. Like, it's really just not worth doing. That said, I hope I'm not really speaking out of place here, but the infrastructure upgrades in my area are planned for later this year and have been for like a year and a half now. So it looks like they're sticking to that timeline. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. There is no danger that you will be unaware that I'm streaming. I'm pretty sure I would be extraordinarily public with the fact, were I able to. And as soon as I get word that it's possible, you'll be the first to know. Well, the second to know, okay? Because I've got to know. Look, that's just semantics at that point. Woo! Double poison, and we get the perfect turn for it as well. So all we need is defense next turn, and we've gone past most of our aggression, so sure, we'll get it. Hell yeah! So this deck is, like, fine. It's doing fine right now. Oh my gosh, a footworks as well. Baby. This deck's only getting better and better all the time. As much as I want to play the footworks here, I also know that the primary amount of damage that we're going to be dealing to this enemy is going to be through our skills, because Deadly Poison. And I really want to backflip right now to possibly draw Deadly Poison. I think that's necessary. Nah, getting neutralized in this hand is actually a really bad thing. I'm going to set up Neutralize so that I have Neutralize on the turn where the enemy is actually attacking. None of those were really good options for our deck, especially considering the fact that... Ooh. No, there was no end to that sentence, especially considering the fact that... Swallow own tongue. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, if I Deadly Poison, I put a 6th card into my discard pile that I could draw with Escape Plan that would actually function as a win. All right. Oh, come on! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I drew three of the 4 only cards that would not have won that turn. Come on! I didn't want to just triple defend that turn and effectively have no HP going on. I wanted to end the fight that turn so that I would have enough HP to continue through the path that I'd already marked out without having to deviate, because I desperately wanted to get the 2 early upgrades on both of the Deadly Poisons. All right, that's not happening. Fine. You know what? I'm more than happy about that, because I've done Silent Poison recently. Give me shivs, damn it. Unfortunately, we're not going to start with a Niaz bonus as a result, though. All right. Give me those elites. Crumbs. If I want to actually be able to full defend, I'm going to have to prioritize my attacks differently to how I want. I wanted to use the strike on the backline so that the backline would be a single strike away from dead, but nope. It had to be the target that was weakened because it was attacking for 8 that turn. Really? All my defensive cards. Good lord. Oh, well, there's the accuracy. If the game doesn't give me shivs now, well, I don't even know what to tell you at that point. Oh, gosh. Deck's getting a wee bit light here. Oh, boy. All right. Great opening turn there. Usually when they both open with the attacks, it's just really, really frustrating. But thankfully, the frontliner here was 11 HP rather than more than that. Oh, no, I have no example of a number that is more than that. It's just more than that or not. All right. No shivs, crumbs. Can't really take an acrobatics when I don't have the extra energy and I don't have anything that I'm trying to draw into at this point. Worst case scenario, I get a card removal. Oh, look, it's the worst case scenario. We get a card removal. We'll take a defend out of there. Again, our deck is actually getting relatively thin in the other game. Uh-oh. Whew, boy, this is not going to be good. This fight can be really, really frustrating as the silent in the early game. Oh, man. And we don't even get a good wake-up turn in terms of damage. At the very least, we'll get neutralized in our second hand, which is good. It's very good. Okay. No neutralize here, but if I don't all-out attack, eventually this Log Ball is just going to take away all of my stats. Alright. I'm also going to use an artifacting here to keep a point of strength. No, point of dex, I guess. Whoops. Uh-oh. Come on. Man, I've got another elite in just like 3 spaces. We're doomed. Mercury Hourglass at the start of your turn, deal 3 damage to all enemies, as well as a backflip. I'll take it because it's a defensive option, and looks like we need those right now. Curse of Doubt is a bad idea for us. Alright, I'm going to deviate, and I'm not going to pick up a lot of the things that I desperately want right now. Oh, Memorian again, it's curses you obtain. Excellent relic. Just so that I can go to more upgrades and more shops to try and get this run started. Blade Dance. Alright. We have a fledgling run now. I always hate avoiding elites at all. Not because it's bad to do or anything like that. It's just because, I like the high risk, high reward gameplay style. I really just prefer it. I'm going to upgrade the Blade Dance, and we're going to use this elite effectively as like our strength check. Okay. So we've got Blade Dance in the next hand. It's already doing its +5 damage per, so we can kill the backliner easily. 1, 2. I mean, I could use a single strike here as well, but I think if we just wait for the right turns and just get Blade Dance at the right times, that's going to be, you know, entirely luck reliant still. But we should be okay. Okay. So the start of the next turn, this sentry in the front line is going to go to attack, but it's also going to be on less than 27 HP, courtesy of the fact that we have the Mercury Hourglass already firing off. Which meant that if I drew the Blade Dance, that enemy was going to be dead. Okay. Oh, I probably just wasted the 4 damage there. Yeah, I totally did. Oh, well. Doesn't matter at all, and we managed to get through it without any damage taken. Bottled Lightning, as well as a Backstab. Alright, we'll take Backstab, and we'll Bottled Lightning the Blade Dance. We need our upfront impact to be a lot stronger. I'm also not going to rest before this boss because we're going to try and kind of just out-aggress them. Oh, it's looking like that's going to be quite likely here. I'll also backflip here, regardless of the fact that I couldn't play anything after the backflip. That's just to get me into my next shuffle as quickly as I possibly can get there. Alright. I'm just looking for Blade Dance this turn if I can get it. Oh, yes. Yeah, would have preferred like another attack or two, but that's... that'll do for the moment. That'll do, pig. Okay. Okay. I decided not to attack that turn, which is nice. So your split value is 24, so I can hit you once, and then I can hit the frontliner twice. All right, now at pretty much any point where they start to get on my nerves, I can just split them, which is the whole point here. I actually kind of want to entirely try and kill the backline. Yeah. And then I'll use the survivor here. So I'm not going to perfect this fight, but the backline entirely dies. So few enemies are left on the map. 24 is the split value, so we don't want to attack this turn. Yeah. Okay, one less turn of weakness on us, and yeah, we're going to be able to kill here. I'm actually just going to let the Mercury Hourglass get it. So think about it like this. If I rested before that fight, it wouldn't have been close at the end there, but it wouldn't have made a difference. I would have rested, and unless I died right now, which I didn't, it would have been wrong to rest. That's why a lot of the times I make the riskier decision not to rest, because I desperately want the upgrades. I'm looking at the long-term survivability of the run rather than short-term survivability. And there is a fair argument to say, sure, but if you die right now, there is no long-term survivability to worry about. To that, I would say I still prefer the high-risk, high-reward playstyle as well. Adrenaline, After Image, and Glass Knife. Well, After Image totally combos in a deck that has shivs, because this is play 4 cards, right? Blade Darts. And playing 4 cards is 4 block. It's real good. I think I have to take it. I think it'll be a nice defensive element that we don't yet. Oh, no. Don't yet have mastery of. The problem here is I do want extra energy. I don't want to be confused. Everything we have is relatively low cost, so to be confused is to jack up the amount of energy we're going to need per turn. I could just take the Runic Pyramid here. We still don't have, you know, enough cards to build like a core set, so we can't take the Busted Crown to have 2 fewer cards to choose from on reward screens. We'll take the Runic Pyramid. That's also effectively going to increase our cycle, right? Because dead cards are just going to stay in our hand rather than go back into the deck, get shuffled, and get redrawn. Okay, maximum elite path. I dodged elites last 4, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Oh, that sucks. You know what? I'm going to dodge 1 elite this floor, and I'm going to choose a much better path that has a bunch more question marks. Oh, those good old questos. By the way, another reason to pick up Backstab is because I'm ever the optimist about the idea of possibly picking up a... 1 second while I continue to hack. I'm ever the optimist about the idea of possibly picking up a card that I can totally remember the name of. It's not a card, it is the Wrist Blade. It is the boss relic. And it upgrades 0 cost attacks, which includes Backstab and Neutralize, which is why both of those were such priority upgrades as well, because they're definitely going to be core elements of the deck. Unfortunately, we've already seen Bag of Marbles and we didn't get it, so the Backstab is good, it's just not crazy, like it can sometimes be. We'll take a Finisher because it totally works in this deck. Oh, baby. Alright. You. On the ground. And then you can take 1 hit. You'll take 4 and go on the ground, and then I'll backflip. If we get neutralized, it goes on the midliner, and then the midliner goes down. No, it doesn't. Oh, no. Because I had to play the backflip, of course. 1, 2. Survivor. Good. Mercury Hourglass is actually doing some straight up work here. Excellent. Get him. Show me shivs. 2nd accuracy. We need more shiv cards. I'm going to take the risk but it's worked out for me twice now. So maybe the game's making it up to me at this point. Okay, it looks like it is, because that's the face of Cleric. Raise your max HP by 1 after each combat. Accuracy, blade dance, easy. Okay, so we're probably primarily attacking everyone, one person, and then using the finisher on a different person. It would be correct to calculate all of my damage before I do this. Anyway, we're not doing that. Alright, explosive potion. Save myself some HP, huh? Neutralize strike for the easy kill. And I know that Blade Dance is going to be in my next hand. Beautiful. We're actually having some difficulty opening up the hand space to use it. Okay, power potion, second finisher. The problem with the second finisher is we don't have that much energy. And on our first shuffle through, we only want one finisher because we still have the accuracies and the after image and the, you know, mostly those to get through. We don't yet have enough Shiv cards. I think we pick up a second finisher, but not yet. I also think that we'll get the second accuracy so we have some extra oomph. Just a little extra oomph right now. Also, a power potion wouldn't go entirely astray in this fight. Yeah, after image. Totally fine with that. Preventing our deck from getting entirely cluttered up with wounds, especially because those wounds will stay in our hand, is pretty important. Ouch. Yep, there's one wound for us. Neutralize. Strike. Get him with the Blade Dance. And I can do 30 damage this turn with the finisher. And should do. I only take 2 in response. It's not that significant or drastic. Okay. So I can deal 12 and then another 12. It's not enough for lethal. So I'm going to defend, and then backflip. Alright, strike, Blade Dance. We've got this next turn. Cool. Ah, Vajra at the start of his combat gain 1 strength. Hell yeah. Be taking none of those yet. Upgrade our after image is like a priority upgrade there. Hopefully I get Wristblade after this boss, but the problem then is I won't have just any extra energy. I really like me some extra energy in a run. It's always nice to be able to open up this fight by killing all of the chumps in the first turn. Oh my god, double accuracy. Hell yes. Getting both of those out on a safe turn is so big. Okay, I can double strike the front line and then finisher the second line? I don't know about that. Alright, I'm actually going to backflip, get the Blade Dance. Ooh, I guess I'm playing it there. That allowed me to get more defense out, but it also shuffled the Shiv back into my deck, so... we'll see if ultimately that turns out for the best. I think it may not. Okay. Easy. Oh, beautiful. So we've got a 12 card in play deck, which is just super consistent. Shuriken! Every time you play 3 attacks in single turn, gain a strength. Oh my gosh. Tactician is a secondary way to try and get some energy into a build. I'm actually going to start looking at Flying Knee as well. but I don't think I can take the Tactician right now. The primary reason I don't think I can take the Tactician is because I have exactly one card that discards it, and I don't have any more cards in the deck that I'm planning on picking up that would discard it. Dash is nice, but a bit too expensive. Bottled Flame. Upon pickup, choose an attack card at the start of each combat. That card will be in your opening hand. So we're going to do that with Finisher, because our opening hand has 2 cards more than every other hand by necessity of its own existence. And if we get especially the Ring of Blades, Mark of Shiv, there's Mark of Shiv? No. If what's it called again? Good gosh, y'all. What is it called now? Yeah. No clue. Scroll of Shivs? Whatever, it gives you a bunch of Shivs. If we get that, we'll be in a real good position with respect to our first turn, just blowing a lot of enemies up. Okay. Second accuracy, then a blade dance, then just, bop him out of existence. Nope. Quick Slash would actually totally make it into this build between the Vajra and the Shuriken if I had 1 more energy. Remove a card from your deck. Yes. Probably a Strike, actually. So do I have any priority upgrades? I actually do really want to priority upgrade that Finisher. So I'm ignoring a shop right now, but I am very much hoping the next space is a shop. Oh. It didn't come true. Okay, 47, right? I think I need to use the neutralize on the front line. So it's 21, 26, 31, and then this is 436. So 31 and 36. So if this is dealing 36, how much more do I need to dedicate in order to kill the Slaver? Well, just another, I guess, backstab, basically. Right? Or 3 Shivs. 3 Shivs is actually more. Sorry, is less. Okay. 3. And then the Finisher can go on the back line and kill. Actually, whoa, I super underestimated it. I think a primary amount of that is due to the fact that I didn't calculate the Shuriken in there. And also because I just garbaged up the maths regardless. Oh, hell yeah. Come on, and... I mean, okay. That. Bop 'em. Love it. Infinite Blades at the start of each turn. Add a shiv to your hand. Yes, please. We'll take that, thank you. Oh man, there's actually a lot we want to play here. I think we don't play After Image. I think we need immediate enough impact on this board. That one was a lot easier to calculate. Okay. After Image, that. And then I'm actually going to use the Survivor here just to free up more space in my hand. Uh-huh. Perfect. I know Blade Dance is going to be in the next hand. I know that's lethal. Survivor just to free up some space for it. Get him. Oh, yes. This feels V good. We're going to take a Cloak and Dagger here as a defensive Shiv generation option. I can also use the Speed Potion as well as the Ancient Artifact here if I'd like. I'll use a Skill Potion right now. That's it's an unfortunate low roll right there. I think I'll actually just take the escape plan. surprisingly helpful this turn. So I can decide at any point just to gain 5 permanent dex from the Ancient Potion with the Speed Potion. I think I'll actually do that right now. Okay, both of you are stealing from my deck. One of you is going to get the accuracy, the other one's going to get the infinite blades. I actually only really care about getting the accuracy back right now. Ah, wrong one. I guess they were going to steal from front to back, and then the front was always going to steal the rarer one, which is going to be the one that's pre-upgraded. All right, fair enough. That was a misprioritization of attacks on my part. The Blade Dance here, double strike that back line, and then... pop that Former as well. Hell yeah. Stack that strength. I really want to attack again. But currently I'm still perfecting the fight, and I'd like to keep that intact if at all possible. Yeah, and we could. Hell yeah. Power Potion as well as 1,000 cuts, Tools of the Trade, Glass Knife. Tools of the Trade Tactician would be a great way to handle our energy problem. But it's a bit late to have elements of my run still coming together. This is an immediate impact kind of deck. Like, the only elements of this deck that have a delayed impact are the accuracies, but as long as they're played with a card that develops shivs, then they have immediate impact. I guess Infinite Blades has a non-immediate impact, sure. What I'm saying is this deck is extremely proactive. Can I afford to take a Tools of the Trade which is delayed in its action? 1,000 cuts would be delayed in its action just courtesy of the fact that it's very expensive and I wouldn't be able to capitalize on it the turn that I play it, oftentimes. I could also just take the Glass Knife. The Glass Knife's a lot of damage for a very small amount. And gets upgraded with our extra strength. Alright, I'll take the Glass Knife. And yeah, we definitely need something like Sozu. Sad not to get the Wrist Blade. I would have taken the Wrist Blade despite the fact that it would probably have spelt out death for us. Because I'm ride or die with that. Okay, there's actually a really good path here that's also 3 elites, so... You know, that's the one we're going to be going for. Mm-hmm. Cool. I have to split up the damage a little bit here. Otherwise... One second while I try and set up our turn as well. Yeah, I'm going to take a little bit more damage here as well. I have to take a little bit of damage in this fight. Otherwise, it's going to be really, really difficult to get them all down at the same time. That'll do it, though. Flying Knee to help us out with some of our energy problems. I'm actually more than happy to take it. It's also pre-upgraded. Woo! Bag of Preparation. At the start of each combat, draw 2 additional cards, as well as the Lantern. Gain energy on the first turn of each combat, as well as a card removal. Oh, baby. Want to get Witcher and take your picture? The Spiker in the front line is causing me a little bit of concern for this fight. See how it goes. This is the turn I was likely to attack the most, and I still forewent Finisher. I guess the idea here is that I should save Finisher to single hit the Spiker out of existence, basically? Is that true? I don't know how I feel about that. I think I use Glass Knife for the Spiker. All right. Took a little bit of damage, but we got Ice Scream. Energy is now conserved between turns. That's actually quite handy for us. Probably not going to take an out maneuver, though. If it came up pre-upgraded, probably would. Ooh, colorless cards. Okay, what would I take out of the colorless cards? I would definitely take Flash of Steel. I would definitely take Looking Ahead. No, I wouldn't take Look Ahead. Oh no, most of the colorless cards are 0 cost. I was just about to say that 0 cost cards are actually something I'm kind of trying to avoid right now because we've got the Time Lord up there. I'm actually just going to go for the 1. And Dark Shackles is actually a really, 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 really compact defensive option against the Time Eater, especially considering the fact that I get to hold it in hand until the turn it's relevant. Get him! Alright. Take none of those. Encore! Encore! Uh-oh. Should play the after image first. Whoops, daisies on my part. And it looks like I'll be taking a damage this turn. You know what? That's my bad. Ooh. Good neutralize. But no, it's totally fair that I take a damage that turn. I misplayed the ordering with respect to when I should have gotten the knife out there. Ooh, Unceasing Top. Whenever you have no cards in hand during your turn, draw a card. I can't super effectively use that because my hand has usually got more than one card in it, courtesy of the Runic Pyramid, holding them off from the previous turn and not having that much energy. And also, if I turn this into a 0 cost build, the Time Eater would kill me. So, well, I think I'm actually going to take the Cursed Writhe as well as the 20 HP here because we get to negate the curse as well as just pick up the maximum HP. So, pretty happy about that. Accuracy. Shiv, 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 shiv. Backstab. Finisher. There we go. I've figured it out. I'm going to play them in that order. Oh, what? They're already on the field. Huh. Funny that. Well, this sucks, though. I'm going to use the Power Potion because if the Power Potion can find me a Wraith form, it is going to be insane. And that is how we do it. Hell yeah! It saved me effectively like 20 HP there. Had to try. Centennial Puzzle, the first time you lose HP each combat, draw 3 cards, as well as just nothing. Just nothing's there. Letter Opener. Every time you play 3 skills in a single turn, deal 5 damage to all enemies. We do that quite often. Excellent. This is the best turn we'll ever have to kill that Spiker. I'm doing it. It will be the safest turn we ever have to kill that Spiker on, so sure. Hell yeah, that went down really well. Now, ooh, Concentrate between the Ice Cream and the Unceasing Top. Concentrate looks really good. And if I was earlier in the run, I would do it. And if my final boss was not the Time Eater, I would do it. But the problem is, I'm not earlier in the run, and my final boss is the Time Eater. Our energy consumption is close-ish to our energy generation at the moment. And to muck with that with a card that has no immediate impact in terms of weight will help me draw other cards and help me get energy, but that's not my limiting factor. My cards played is my limiting factor against the Time Eater. So I don't really think I want to take it. Any earlier in the run, and I would have taken it and I would have freaked out. Not at this point, though. it's a little bit late. Right. I mean, a 300 damage opening turn, to me, that's pretty reasonable. We'll save that glass knife. It'll be a nice finisher. Like me and a good old cloak and dagger. 15 twice isn't that bad. All right. And now the shivs get him. Got him. Bronze scales at the start of each combat gain 3 thorns. Another accuracy is probably perfect. Because we need to condense our impact, right? We need to have the same amount of impact in effectively fewer cards so that we can get through the time eater. It's also worth noting that because I have the Runic Pyramid, I should leave some damage in my hand so that I can take care of the transient reliably each turn. So like here, in a normal fight, I would play the glass knife, but I don't need to. I'm not looking to kill this enemy. I'll defend just to get it out of my hand. Excuse me, had to clear my throat. Look, I said I was free of the plague. It's mostly true. I'm still a little bit plagued, but I'm the amount of plagued where I can't really complain about it at this point. There was a bunch of damage done to them, but it's still not going to be enough. It's fine. So we've got really good defensive options in this hand as well. Man. We were not far from the kill here. With a non-multiplicative deck as well. No. Storm of Steel it just doesn't make sense as a Shiv card. I mean, we have what would be perfect for it with the Unceasing Top, but playing Storm of Steel and then all of the Shivs that I get in my hand, while it would deal a lot of damage, would also take a ridiculous amount of cards. Hang on, am I wrong right now? I have a lot of accuracies. If my hand gets full and I just play Storm of Steel and then all of the Shivs, I just win. Okay. Maybe this is the perfect deck for it. Okay. We'll give it the time of day. I think I may actually be wrong in this circumstance as well. I'm kind of eager to be proven wrong. Great. Just wanted to set that up so I'd take no damage. And yeah, that looks like it would be a fair amount of damage. Got to admit that much. Ooh, another card removal. Do I want a backstab? I don't really want any of these. Oh no, I definitely want the strength potion, of course. I can't get it because it's Sozu. I could take the backstab, but definitely want a card removal something. Probably get another strike out of the deck. Yeah, I'll take the backstab, but I'm not too enthused about it. And I'll upgrade the Storm of Steel. I do want to see the Storm of Steel do its thing. I mean, that's a pretty good opening turn in terms of damage. Now, I could accuracy and then just Storm of Steel and stab you a bunch of times. I'm gonna Dark Shackles here because I just realized I couldn't have done that. Now I think I'm gonna do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Uh-huh. Yeah? Oh my god! We're gonna be able to kill you with the Storm of Steel. Let's do it! I believe in Storm of Steel! I don't believe in Wristblade. I don't think it exists. I think it's a troll that was put in the patch notes just to annoy me. Or it somehow knows when I'm running OBS, my recording software, and decides never to show up when that's active. Because I've gotten it off camera, and I've gotten it in runs that weren't meant to be off camera, but turned out to be off camera because I'm bad at my job. Outside of that, though, that was a pretty good run. Only got to perfect the second floor boss. The first floor boss was a really good example of when to and when to not rest. Because there were two opportunities on that final run where I could have rested before the final elite, and I could have rested before the first boss. And in either of those circumstances, I wouldn't have gotten early upgrades on things that ended up super helping me out against the boss. I think, for example, if on the first floor I hadn't upgraded both accuracy and Fan of Knives, Fan of Knives? Is it called Fan of Knives? Blade Dance. If I hadn't upgraded both of those, then I think on that first floor, I would not have taken down the large slime before it did its first large attack. I wouldn't have been able to split it. And as a result, I think I would have died had I rest. Which is always an interesting little quirk. It's not always safer to not rest. That said, there are definitely times where I should rest that I don't rest because, you know, per body's nerfed. For the moment, though, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire. Sorry about the late uploads of recently. I'm getting on top of my health and things will be back to usual pretty soon. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.